2022. We're going to do our mock walk all the way around and see everything that's in the show. And I'm going to start things off because I actually do have a table this time as opposed to BrickFest, or the last show that I was at. So, we're going to start off with that table, work our way around, and then we'll go to all the other sections. Luckily, the way it's contained, it's rather easy for me to go from one side of the floor to the other instead of having to be too far across. So, let's get right to it. Starting off on this side, we got the classics. I don't have any brand new MOCs for this particular show. If you've seen my other videos, you understand that it's not really a thing I could put together too much right now, but I did help with some other projects here and there. So, Mayo, right on cue, right as the stream began. How's it going? How are you doing this morning? So, starting things off, we have the tennis courts, the baseball field. This still needs work. I have been trying to go back to the drawing board on this one and rebuilding it so it's a lot more sturdy because I've had to rebuild it almost every time at the show. I got someone on my shoulder and it isn't a parrot. Who could it be?
Squawk.
Good call. It's Matt Smocks. I didn't even know you were going to be up this morning.
I am always up.
Oh.
Yes.
Alright.
I see you're showing off your MOCs again.
Well, I'm doing the whole tour around. So I usually start with my area and then work out from there in case I changed up anything.
Fair. Just for you all to know. That's what it's all about.
There we go. It's got all the Philly BrickFests on there.
Not the mythical 2020.
Well, did anybody though?
No.
Yeah, there you go.
The design exists on a computer. It was just never printed up. I'm going to get that design and we're going to print it up.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I think I've actually seen some of them like that where they were already printed for other shows. Not this one particularly, but for other conventions that were printed up, and it was just like, oh, here's the one like the year after, we'll include it in or something like that.
Yeah. I just don't have a 19 or a 15 or a 14, so if anyone there has a 19 or a 14, hit me up.
19, I think, was the clipboard one for like the whole, or clapperboard for the whole brick badge. So that one, I don't know how much they have by this point.
Yeah. Sorry to
Sounds
disrupt
good.
the
No.
video, but
No, it's all good.
I will say, if you go over by the Minecraft thing, if anyone's still live then, you're going to see something very interesting.
Oh, did we already get it built?
What?
Did you already get it built?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. All right, cool. Because that was my next thing, was like if we were gonna still do that.
Well, I didn't. Unfortunately, some guy beat me to the punch, so I
okay.
built the second best thing. That's going to get so many people angry.
Okay. Looking forward to it. I guess we'll have to take a look over there.
Hey, man.
So following up, we have Big Bird, Cinderella Shoe, Bart Simpson. I've heard a lot of people enjoying the Bart throughout the weekend. Little bits here and there of the other stuff, especially when people find Stitch inside of the Lego store. I have fun with that, just to add. That's the thing. There's a lot of fun figures you can just throw around in different scenarios just because. We'll see a little bit more about that with some other displays later. I've got the micro version of the Expedition Balloon. A couple people recognize that as well, or I usually explain with it that one is a real set, and this is the micro version I created myself. So Matt's Moxes, who's just here, had created this micro train that's, I don't know what scale it is. All I know is that the controller says Bachmann, but it's a very small scale for standard hobby trains, and it's something that he was able to shell the top of it in Lego, so it creates its own like amusement park style train to run around. So it's been inhabiting my area, which is fine because there wasn't a space elsewhere to do so, and it was still really cool. It still needs to be shown. In the middle of it, I have a MOC. It was part of a larger display, so I kind of just incorporated both of those here, which works out very nicely. As we work our way around, I've got the vignettes, and even though there's one here that I typically would have phased out, especially for kid-friendly shows, there have actually been a good number of people who recognized it, so there's no problems with its display. So, because it's always hit or miss, but I'm glad that there have been many hits, especially through Saturday. So, next up, I bring to you the almost entire collection of Life on Mars Lego sets. I've had these in for quite some time, and I wanted to make something real good out of it. I also wanted to do that in general of like the kind of like full collection displays that I had seen at other shows. Previously, I've done something similar to that with Bizarre Lego, but that's kind of a extensive category. You could put really a lot of things in there and it would still work, but this is one that feels more full, like it's quantifiable. You can tell it's exactly where it needs to be. So, starting things off on this side of it, we have several of the Life on Mars boxes, some in better shape than others, but still able to show what kind of, layouts they had. I have several of the magazines and catalogs to document what this thing is about. There's a bit of story to it, even individual character names and explanations about vehicles and so on. Some of the descriptions of the sets, even some accessories that were out at the time. There was also a t-shirt, if I remember correctly. I don't remember if it was... Yeah, there it is. It's on that page. I do not have the t-shirt, although that would be really cool if I did. Just to fill out more of that, the layout of it. There is another magazine up here that describes about the truck tour that they offered back then. In 2001 is when this theme came out. A lot of people at the show had not seen this theme before, or some of them were actually really excited to see it extensively. Like they had only a couple sets or like one or two things particularly. So to see the full thing laid out here was a treat for them, and I made some people very, very happy. So I'm happy as well, because I was really happy when this whole thing came together, and having the full aero tube hanger, perfectly aligned, all the right vehicles, with each other, but still trying to give it a little bit of space just to tell that they are separate vehicles, not to, they are able to attach, but for visual purpose to keep them a little distinct. I even have some of the green vehicles put together in that area as well. I also made it a point to have these two actually shaking hands, just in case someone doesn't read the actual material. These are not invaders. These are not fighting factions of space like it is in a lot of other series, especially after this point. These were friendly Martians. These were actually helping the astronauts who crash landed onto the planet to gather resources and repair their ships in order to get back home. And it also kind of plays into the fact that it's a very modular system. It's a whole bunch of the vehicles in this theme would have double pin connections or top pin connections in which you could customize them from the Martians themselves, swapping parts around, to swapping it with the human vehicles, especially these two towards the back. And I guess technically you could do it with that one as well. So yeah, I made it a point to have that spread out here. I've actually seen only like 2 of the sets that were available at some of the vendors, which was kind of cool. Some people did ask me, like, did anybody have them? And I was like, yeah, I did see this one in box and this one in box. Originally, with the display on Saturday, I actually had 2 copies of this particular set, so it did have the appropriate Vega figure to go with it. And this one had 2 copies as well. I didn't necessarily need both of them for the collection, and it still looks good without it. So, I took care of that last night. Matt Smoggs is actually the curator for those now, because that's his theme. I wasn't going to say no. So, moving things down, you can now see how it all comes together with different vehicles that match up with the aero tube hanger. You have the back vehicle, which actually connects a larger extension onto it. This is just fantastic. Seeing this all together in person, getting to share this with people. I should probably take the vehicle out of here again just to have it more clear that it's a different, it's a separable thing, I've moved a couple things here and there around it. I've even demonstrated the pump several times, usually sending the tubes, back and forth, and back and then forth. For some reason, the middle one here has been very temperamental. Whenever I send any of the sleds through there, it doesn't retract as well. So I decided to just ignore that one and just keep the sled in there just to show, yes, that's an option, but I'm not demonstrating that every time because it might be a little more problematic. So I'm very happy with how everything came out with this display, and it was surprising how much space it could take up. I even had more material that I could have put out here, but I think this covers just about what it needs to, unless I had more of the boxes or something else. Yeah, this is actually really fun, and this is probably the biggest highlight of the displays I personally put out here. I spent a lot of time here demonstrating each of the parts of this theme, which and there's a lot of really good stuff to love about it. Thank you to RR Slugger for reminding me how unique life on Mars is, because it is the widest range of colors in any space theme that is in Star Wars, like original space theme. So that was something that he informed me about. I was like, you're actually right. That's really cool. So and to share all that here, especially with the sets, was really cool in its own way. So as we make our way down, I do have a whole bunch of stuff that's been moved around here and there. A couple of the things I was working on last night, they'll be cleaned up before the show starts. But I've been trying to work on a hidden side display for the rest of the table space. The problem is I didn't get to bring every single hidden side set here as I wanted to. There was some of it that was accidentally left at home when I left. I know I put it aside, and then it just stayed aside. So there's that. There was a whole bunch of the hidden side sets that I had to rebuild from. Some of them that were in Ziploc bags, like I traditionally would put Lego sets in storage. But some of them weren't in bags. They were just stuffed into a Tupperware and had been damaged over time. So I had to really piece them back together. The Haunted Fairground is a good example of that, where I've been working on it, but I know that there's some pieces here and there I still need to find to complete the model again. I have the pieces. It's just a matter of getting them in the right spots. Although some of the sets are intended to be more, creepy or abandoned or run down in some way. So in a way, it's kind of cool that it's missing some things, but I do want to make it authentic to the sets themselves. That's just like with the Life on Mars stuff. I've told people I have enough for, several more, like double to triple the amount of tubes and pumps that I could really expand this thing if I wanted to. But that's not the purpose of the table for this show. This was just to have, set accurate layout of everything, give or take one or two pieces that were actually broken. I also had to go back through and reapply stickers to the sets. I actually never applied stickers to the hidden side sets when I first built them, way back when they released. So while rebuilding the sets, I've had to also carefully look through the instructions and figure out where the stickers went, also making sure I had the sticker sheets. So some of them I've already adapted here as much as I can. I think there's one or two sets that might even have like a piece or two missing, but still doesn't look bad for where it is. I got the holographic from Conlug. Thank you very much for that back in the day when I reviewed this theme, so I could have that as a display item as well. A couple other things in here, all the little ghost parts from the earlier waves. I was trying to build some monster fighters to also fill up some areas, because Halloween themed stuff already had extensively around here. What's up?
Let's see what's in the comic. MOC walk time at 8:18.
Yep. I didn't know Seth was going to be wait this early. Welcome. Morning. I did get these two at the show. They were $5 each at Andy's, and I was like, okay, technically I don't own these as these packed sets. I haven't actually opened them yet. I'm not really sure if I should keep them sealed, but to be fair, they are the exact things as some of the figures I already do have. And I tried to line up the figures as much as I could, so you have the different Jacks, JBs, Parkers, El Fuegos, Spencers, the dogs, the more corporeal versions of the ghosts, the ones that actually came with the sets that were buildable, and then skeletons and any citizens that go along with it. A couple other sets over here that I've been trying to rebuild. Some parts still missing here and there, but making it happen as much as possible. And then there's this set that I got early Saturday. I looked at it at least through Friday, and I was like, yeah, that's worth it.
As you can see, it goes around. Oh, that switch just did not work.
Uh-oh.
Got stuck.
It really needs a lot of energy to get up the ramp, though.
Yeah.
So we did a couple tests with this yesterday, and maybe it needs more time to charge, or it's a very old rechargeable battery. But I tried looking up a video too, so thank you to Deck Bricks for his review of the set to actually get me to figure out how to charge it, because it wasn't really clear in the instructions.
I think these have a watch battery in them, and of course they're the original batteries. They're not going to be as good. A lot of lithiums from that era fail after about 8 years.
Oh, okay.
So
it's been well over 8 years.
Yeah, pretty much you got to have it ripped out and completely replaced.
Oh, great. Okay.
I have the tools to do it. Matt's MOC does a lot of hobby repairs, so.
I mean, yeah, I take your word for it. I'm sure you know way more about batteries than I ever could. So that's gonna be fun to figure out how to do that. Because my hope was I was gonna have it like built last night and then have it running throughout today. If it can't run, it's just a big piece of like, oh, that's a weird Lego thing.
Yeah.
Which is still
one thing that runs.
Yeah.
Say, by the way, at some point too, we're gonna do a brick theory video. It's Lego advertisements and public transit.
Like advertisements in Lego transits? Okay.
No, in real public transit, Lego company adverts.
Okay, maybe.
Let's try to find some.
We'll workshop it.
Oh, heck yeah.
I mean, I've already had a running list of appearances of Lego in general media, like TV shows, movies, things that aren't technically, Lego licensed or, just a background detail kind of thing.
Oh, there's still so much to do with that.
I
Including the
consider
song
more
by the White Stripes.
Oh yeah, you know about that one.
Yes.
Very good.
Not officially licensed by Lego, but they did ask permission.
Yes, exactly.
Although, do you know the part of the story where they wanted minifigs of the two characters?
Yep, they wanted promotional figures of the members of the band included with the single, but Lego turned them down. And then when the single hit it big, Lego was like, "Oh yeah, we could try that," and they were like, "Nah, your moment's passed."
That was Lego's first sign of, okay, we need to stop being idiots.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Lego
Well, yeah, we'll explore more about that.
I'm stealing your screen here.
You're all good. You're doing good. Okay, we're gonna make our way over to this side of the tables now for a giant yet micro city that won staff choice this year. There's a really nice light display last night. You can still see some of the lights now on here. I really hope Abba doesn't go after me. Because I really don't want to keep going blah, 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 blah to drown out the, the content IDs. No thank you. I don't think anybody wants that. To get an honorary snail out of this too. Life on Mars also got one, if you noticed that in there. It was an orange and transparent dark green snail, which appropriately fit with the scene. I liked it. But yeah, great layout. Several buildings that were lit up in different points. Very deep as well. I'll bring it back this way so you can see even more of the breadth of it. Nope. There's that building. And a little more around the side of it. Is it really that time? Is it really hamster dance time? Come on. And then we make our way over right on time to Allison's Bricks. And Brick Samson. Oh no, Allison's breakfast over there. I'm getting my names confused. Sorry. Good, I just embarrassed myself and in front of the internet too. But if anybody missed these at the BrickFest Edison, these were fantastic models of different Pokemon characters. We have Arceus, we have Rayquaza, we have Ho-Oh. I think there's a Metagross down there. There's also a couple other video game references towards the back you can see there. I don't need to... I really hope I don't need to tell you what they are. You should know. Anyone who watches my channel, you would know. All very well done. We even have Bill Cipher in his most demonic form. It's a very clever build. We have Annapolis Cove with a large layout and a lot of different fun figures all throughout here. I can see Jake the dog. I can see a couple costume characters. There's a band playing towards the top. There's a cool like staircase look towards that cloud area. Is that supposed to be Goku? I'm not sure. There's a big UFO up there. Yep. Great display. Best mollusk. That is technically a mollusk. Very well done. A few more towards the back. And then some famous cars towards the front you might recognize from various sci-fi. And bikes. And police boxes. And phone booths. You know what I mean. Next we have a custom Maersk shipper. Large Lego logo sign. And they have the class builder. And then this is a very colorful, no instructions, instructions not included style of the Statue of Liberty, which is at one time a very large Lego set and tons of sand green. But this one's a lot more colorful, but still recognizable. We got our own Starbucks and parking garage. Its own cars inside of there. They even use the road plates to layer everything. And then making our way to Snail Lug, we got a little handout table right here in support of Ukraine. So we'll see a lot of MOCs here from Casey as well. Tony's still kicking strong here. See, ABBA can't be in trouble with me now. We had him here because there was an ABBA song playing earlier, and I was like, I hope I don't get content ID'd for that. But hey, we have them here. They're immortalized in Lego. I'm sure it'll be fine.
No, all the songs playing are gonna copyright us.
Well,
I can't even film at BrickFest anymore. Everyone, just gonna say here, this is what Lego needs to make. I'm talking, I want the Lego chair piece as a real chair.
That would be fun.
But like,
And
with the two studs as like
pretty
cushions.
possible. Yeah, well, yeah. Don't make them hard plastic, or
No.
no one will ever sit on them.
Those are the only two cushions. The rest of the chair is hard plastic, like an old school desk.
Oh yeah, that makes it a lot. That's a good idea.
Lego pants that has like the studs on the back and like the thing for the line.
Yeah, like they have the Levi's thing. How did they not include that as like a even like an etching or
Yeah,
like just something quickly like sewn on the back of it, not digging into the pants.
See, Lego just doesn't understand what its people who buy its stuff want.
Yeah. Well, I guess that means I have to keep writing Bizarre Lego and then publish that, and then people will see all the weird and obscure stuff, and then they'll be like, "Oh, people do like that. We should do more of it." So
No,
funny
Lego
enough,
doesn't.
the other day I found by accident a ton of photos for the Lego in Motion, which was a canceled project to have car compatible like seats and in between areas for like building in the car. I found a whole bunch of photos of it by accident, and I'm so happy with it because one of them actually shows the damn postcard. I've been looking for it for years, and
But did you screenshot all of it?
I saved every photo. It was in a brick shelf. So that's the beautiful thing. Brick shelf is like this hidden gold mine of all different kinds of Lego information that just never goes anywhere else. So I was happy finding that. Again, I didn't even mean to. I was actually looking for Life on Mars stuff because they had a whole bunch of like. There's a link I found to like the truck tour and different photos of the models they had in there, and in the same album was all of this other stuff that I've been looking for years. And I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. Oh, I'm not that crazy because somebody else actually has the damn postcard I've been looking for. I just need to find it myself in my collection, or some physical copy of it. All right.
Hey, tell you what, you want to see that before everyone walks into the door over there?
What's up?
Follow me.
Oh,
Stream where it's being hijacked by Matt's MOCs.
There you go.
Time.
Taking a detour before we get
You
to
can see
these
some
tables.
cool stuff though, like
No, I know because I was a part of it. I willingly put in about the Jack Stone figure in
Yes.
there.
I think that's a
Trying to remember what else.
up there.
I
The gloves
love
from
we got the
Glove World.
Hamburglar
Oh yeah, look at that. Spider.
because Christy asked me like to help gather some parts, and it's like, okay, the weirder the better, and I'm like, you got the right guy for it.
Free piece
Oh.
fell off.
Oh no.
Oh, this has a Atlantis piece on it too.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's try it again.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll get that fixed before the show starts.
And on this
In
piece,
it's quarter of.
yeah, let's get over there before it gets flooded.
Yeah.
All right, chat. So the moment you've been waiting for, it's about the fact that this guy has great Legos and it's brought in a bunch of classic Lego City stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I mean,
early
I shop
stuff.
through him pretty often. I know Doug Bricks goes there a lot and gets some really cool stuff out of it. Because I see his haul videos on YouTube.
Your viewers from out around the place need to know that Andy's Brick Shop is probably one of the better shops.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's just.
I'm still holding out to get the haunted house, but not for me.
Not for me. It's ominous.
Well, I knew somebody who wanted the haunted house, and I want to try to win it for them. If they
fair.
can't make it to the show, then I already put in a raffle ticket for it.
Let's walk through this.
Oh, good.
Nice.
We'll even get closer to the content ID, so I can get the video taken down or
Yes.
removed or blocked in certain countries sooner.
We love to get everything blocked because
Which is-
this is why I don't like to film it.
It just means I have to keep going blah 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 to drown it out.
Have to constantly talk. But look at this.
There we go. So we already have a new setup of Minecraft stuff in the free build area.
But I built Dream. We love Dream.
Oh.
here. I'm
Oh,
kidding,
now I know what he
hate
looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not him anymore. That's not his face.
that. That is his face.
It is and it's not.
I was
I know,
actually
I'm
gonna mount
joking.
it to Steve's face, but it's just too far away. Like I actually set up
Yeah.
things so I can mount it to.
Not unless you move a table or climb on
Yeah.
top, but yeah, probably don't want to do that.
Ah, that's.
But this is the one, right? This is
Yeah.
one you're talking about?
Yeah, some guy beat me to building Technoblade.
Oh, okay.
Of course, the greatest Minecraft YouTuber.
Well, he's not one that I've followed a lot, but then again, I haven't followed a lot of Minecraft YouTubers in years. Even in the early days of my channel, I didn't even see that many,
Well,
or haven't watched many since then.
yeah. Well, I guess you could say my channel really got started because of a Minecraft video, ironically.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it's sort of a...
So is coral actually fluorescent? Because there's a lot of it in here, and I don't know. Maybe it's because there's so much light around it. I honestly don't know.
just neat pieces overall for a certain type of building.
Right. It's the coral ones that get me because that's new to my eyes.
Oh yeah,
At the glow
is
zone.
really good at glow.
So, and yeah, I'm actually a bit surprised that there wasn't any glow zone displays.
Yeah.
If I brought one, it would have been broken, but it would have been there. So I don't know. And then
really
just
got dunked on this year.
yeah, but the mural on the back wall of it is cool. It reminds me of like Monster Mini Golf.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yoink.
They got the speeder working on a power scooter.
Oh, that's cool. So it's actually drivable.
For something of that size, I would have used a small forklift.
Yeah. Then you could be small forklift certified.
Yes.
I did
would
a
also
brief
be-
video of that one time because I had one opportunity to sit in one. I didn't drive it. It was stationary, but it was still like I need to see what this whole, paneling, how this whole layout is.
I've operated a forklift once,
Oh yeah.
and it went pretty good. Or it's just one. Now, these guys over here, maybe you'll catch on stream later when he gets here. They
What's that?
have the Boston Dynamics robot dog.
I did see that walking around yesterday.
And things from regrets of purchases I've made, now I cannot afford this lovely shirt.
Oh, it's a good shirt.
I
I
like the Metroliner shirt, but I can't afford it. So.
I don't think they have any more of the Johnny Thunder shirts because I kind of outgrew mine.
They're only $5 each.
Yeah, 3 for 10.
Oh,
That's not bad.
To get some,
And those are the kids.
oh, they're kids'
Yeah,
size.
these are adults, and they're limited.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Where is it?
Shirt Joey doesn't have.
No, it's not that. It's one that I already got. But do you remember this one?
Yes, I do.
20 tooth.
And the original yellow
Now it's
shirt?
2020 tooth
No, there's no more.
because it was there was an error that they had on the shirts. The TH instead of ND, so 20
yeah.
tooth. We
20
joked
tooth.
about that convention.
Is it? No.
Which one?
The last Metroliner shirt is a small.
Oh,
Yeah,
one
the
behind.
ones that are left are generally not always your normal sizes.
Oh.
Right.
Do you know how to use these?
I do not.
well, I mean, you could always
The feet.
if there's not a larger one.
No.
Oh, okay.
So,
I actually don't remember if I
I
actually don't remember if I got one last year because I've never worn it.
don't know. Were you even there last year?
I was technically I was.
I don't think
Most of it was through Sunday,
Ah.
so I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out. Oh, irony.
Just remember, chat. Technically, me and Joey haven't seen in like 3 years.
Stud Sweet Shop. That's right.
It's
So,
rare
yeah.
that we're side by side. Technically, we've never been in the same place at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make us Batman?
It does until now because now we are side by side, so it doesn't work as well.
Unless you do Superman dresses as Batman and the other Bruce Wayne just
There you
stays out
go.
of costume.
That could work.
Yeah.
I have actually considered this earlier, and I'm still not sure if I want to pick that up.
This
Well, thanks for joining, Seth. I'll have more about it later. I'll try to take some more photos.
I will say
There's definitely no Gotham City though.
this is what I mean by like the pads on the chair. It's
Yeah.
just a stud. It
Exactly.
would be so uncomfortable after a while, but
I mean, that's every chair though.
And then
And there are chairs that are just hard plastic that I can only sit so long before I have to get up.
well, think of like a swivel chair, so have like the nozzle piece underneath it. That would look good.
That would be cool.
Ooh, and if you have that cross-looking piece with the studs, then you can hide rollers underneath, and then when you're on a hard floor like this, it looks like you're just pushing it along.
Maybe.
It's brick. Yeah. There's enough strength around it.
No, we'll wrap it back up. So we're bringing ourselves back to one of several different Harry Potter related displays. If you want to skip this part of the video, luckily they're right next to each other, so it shouldn't be too long. But I understand some viewers may not be interested.
He's the master builder. He's the one who created.
And there's several different areas that are lit up between the two independent displays, having their own recreations of the castle, Hogsmeade, the surrounding areas, Privet Drive, and all that. This one in particular has a look and find for different characters. That's fun. John Cleese chasing a sheep. I'm not sure if there's a purpose to that, but it's John Cleese. It's fun. I know that's the actor's name, not the character's name. Hey, that's how I remember. That's how I remember Headless Nick. Interesting entryway over here.
I will mention it. So there's just one year here that turns this way, you know, and as that thing, or this way, I should say, as this turns, there's so much torque inside here, it slipped.
Upgraded version of the Burrow and Diagon Alley.
It will. The whole thing, and it's like, all right, dude, we have to direct drive this. So that he couldn't figure that. He couldn't get that kind of stuff. So I just put a U joint on it.
All right, so we still got a few more minutes to look at the other areas related to Harry Potter before we move on to a large table display with SJ Lug. That reminds me, I still have a video I have to put out for that, and I guess now that it's technically been displayed at the show, I can do that. This one's actually in a little bit of a U shape, so it has an area to indent with it. See some areas closer. Actually, let me see if I can line this out so we can get a better look across. Go. Bring it back a little bit. Lots of nice tree work in here. Still one of my favorite tree designs that I've seen from fans is using stud shooters to make birch. Brilliant. It's so resourceful. It's so clever. I know that Casey has her own reward. I need to have some type to say like, I like the parts usage, or I like the obscurity of the part that's in there, and things like that. And speaking of Casey, there is actually a snail right there. So she has made a visit. Another upgraded version of the Burrow. The original Durmstrang ship. Yeah, so that one has an interesting thing. There's two versions of it. There's one that's a Target exclusive in which it, the other version of it has like an additional couple figures to it. If it's a Target exclusive. You can look that up through BrickLink if you ever look up the set. but I'm pretty sure they're not set exclusive versions. They're like the ones you would expect anyways. I think this chocolate's melting in my hands after so long. There's also a nice illuminated area underneath based on scenes from the original book, which is very cool. I would love to make an upgraded version of like some of the classic Harry Potter sets, because I kid you not, I probably got into Harry Potter mostly because it was in Lego back in 2001. Like I read the first 2 books with my brother, usually before we went to sleep for whatever reason. But beyond that, I knew more of it because of the Lego sets. More extensively, and like the movies and things like that, because of the Lego sets. I'm sorry, wait, what? Oh, okay, I didn't notice that before. That's cool. It's a giant bubble bath. Nice, nice.
Are they coming in one of us?
I think it's public time. I really love the Whomping Willow over here. Reminds me of the ones from the earlier Lego Harry Potter games. Like the creator ones, not even the multi-platform ones. But still, looks great. Definitely one of my favorite parts of it, next to the birch trees. A couple other Easter eggs in there, if you notice. Something in blue. A couple sheep back there. I don't think I even got any sheep yet, personally, but I'll get there. They got some goats. I saw Andy's Brick Shop had 3 copies of the Mill Village raid set, which includes 2 goats each. So that's 6 goats, and I'm pretty sure I don't know if any of them sold. I don't think any of them have left yesterday yet, but it's getting close. Oh, Christian, heads up. So, some of the squares on the way to my day.
She's fixing it right now.
Okay.
ABC Action News is going to be here anytime now.
Oh, awesome. I love how all the shops are decked out with different accessories and items to purchase. It's a pig in there. 2 pigs. The Quidditch field looks nice. Got our train going. We got the chamber set up. These are also fantastic. I love this part as well for the brick-built snake heads, which, as far as I can tell, all original. Maybe some inspiration from Ninjago, but not directly from a set. And it's got the classic version of the basilisk in there. Probably the largest one that LEGO's made currently. After 3 versions. That was the first one. And then we have Diagon Alley. Checking things out in there. And moving back. Oh, I think my voice cracked there. Pardon me. So moving things along, we are going to South Jersey LEGO User Group, which has a very large scaffolding and banner to to stand out, which also features Tilewood, New Jersey. And the other side of the banner is also, has the logo for the group and the QR. So on this side, starting things out, we have several different aquariums, all decorated with Lego. Some of them actually having some bubbling tubes with them, which is very nice. This one's very, very flourished, very colorful. We have a very Minecraft themed one. Unfortunately, I haven't played enough Minecraft myself to understand some of the mobs and things, but still looks great. I know this again. I know the sets more than I know the source material, so there's a good expansion from those sets. That's a very awesome shark in there. I think I have one of those. I think I have 2 of them. There was an agent set I remember that has 2 of them, but I don't remember if I got the sharks before or after that. And then we're gonna make our way over to Tilewood itself. It also has a large range of scavenger hunt. It did win an award for this year, Best Collaborative Display. So it's 2nd year in a row at Philly BrickFest winning the same award. So for those who haven't seen this before, very extensive layout. We upgraded this from our design that it happened last year, almost doubling its size. Many different elements on it that were changed around, such as vehicles, people, and so on, but the basic structure remains much the same. We've even had some of these rides motorized, and we're looking to rework them later. This area right here is our extension, having not only further boardwalk but also another pier going on. So we've had some more rides, some of them are set up for motorization. This one has a more superhero theme to it, as we call it the Pier of Justice. So each ride has a different particular character theme, most of them DC. So one's like Wonder Woman, Batman, the Joker, the Penguin. I believe the Superman one, or rather the modification to the loop coaster with Superman towards the back, so it's still very visible. Oh, I saw it coming. I had to bring the camera back. I am on a tripod after all. Pop's Block Shop shows the vendor row. So I did walk through the vendor row earlier. You'll have to scroll back in the stream to see some of that. But I can also take another walk around in just a bit. Sorry. I just played that area and I was just like, I can't hold the Hershey's here. It's gonna melt in my hands.
Awesome. This is awesome.
Thank you. I'm just trying to go around to get the video so I make sure that everything's good, but I don't want to be in your way either.
What's good? What's good? How we doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry I'm late. I slept
You're all
in
good.
working on Sunday.
I don't blame you. I'm not a morning person either, and I somehow.
I usually am, but after yesterday, I was just so some downtime. I slept
Absolutely.
in until 7:15. Oh my god.
That's a new one.
Yeah, ABC Activities is filming our stuff for the club. Yeah.
This one is fantastic. Really enjoyed Torrin's new, first time here, and brand new display. Fully decking out the Daily Bugle set, some modified versions of the original set. Has an extensive light display, building an entire road out to it. Even more villains added in here than the original set.
Award-winning as well.
And award-winning. There it is. I was waiting for that to show up.
Don't worry, folks. I'm going to put the minifigs on. It's going to really pop for you. Don't worry.
So it's going to have a little bit more going on. I can come back around for that. And then we have some models from our mini master model builder class. Mini Master Builder class. There we go. Tongue twister. Sorry. We did mention earlier about the Lego Mosaic. Now fully decked out. A lot of greebling in here. A lot of different elements. I could see Glove World. I could see a bush. I could see a phone piece. I could see the receiver for the phone. And in 2 different places too. That's even better. There's a spider. I'm looking around the red sides of it, but there's even more in the middle of it. There's a bone. There's a whole skeleton. Trying to figure out what else pops out to me. To be fair, it's almost cheating because I helped Christy get the parts for it. So I already knew a couple things in here. Yep, there's a cauldron in there. There's a skunk. There's venom, it's venom. Actually a couple skeletons in here. A couple spider webs. The Jackstone figure I mentioned earlier. So I mistakenly said that area was Allison's Bricks, and now we're actually at Allison's Bricks. I don't know how I got that. I don't know. My brain not working yet. But 2 fantastic new mosaics in here. Which I look back a little bit and it looks amazing. You've seen it all come together. But again, having a lot of good greebling in there, even if you look up close. Like I see the ATM from Space Police. I see a DJ album. Actually 2 DJ albums. There's an X-Ray. That's right. I looked the brick separator in there. So I wasn't really sure how you're going to apply it, but now it makes sense. There's a couple Superman pieces in there. Some teeth pieces, a flag. It's like a game of I Spy. Like, how many things can I find? I'm not going to tell you there's a Mega Block piece in there. There is. It's fine.
That'll be removed.
This one. I think it's just because, as much as I know about Lego, I also know about other things. But the average person, it doesn't stand out. I never said I was a normal person. And we're back again with the Castaway and the Oasis. Let me adjust the camera. There we go. Fully decked out all over the place. On all sides, having its own coral going on. I like the little fish too. And the egg. I like there's a clever use for the droid legs to hold the fish on there.
I saw that piece and I'm like, I gotta use this. I have to.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just challenged myself with that one.
Absolutely.
Back to the front.
Very good. I don't think I have that turtle. I need to find that at
Friend
some
set.
point. What's that?
Oh wait, no, that came with the boardwalk or the city sets with the base, the door plates. That's the
It's like with the lifeguard stand?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that it?
There's a turtle in that one, and then there's eggs as well.
Okay.
And that's the reason why I bought that set. Was for the turtle. I literally bought the set, opened up the bag, and sold the turtle. Then built it afterwards.
I mean, yeah, it's still a nice set, but I'm definitely more drawn to it with the turtle in place. And then we have our second mosaic. Silhouette Sunset. If you pull that back, I've actually seen the photo that's based on, and it's really cool here. A lot of different nice colors used throughout as well for the sky. I see a lot of fin pieces from Space Police, from Alpha Team, a cauldron in there again. So is the cauldron like your second calling card piece?
No. I just had all my black pieces.
There you go.
It's covering up the white.
Yeah. We already talked about before that our signature piece for MOCs now is going to be the brick separator. So now you got to find a way to incorporate it into the coral reef, though, right? Or is it only from here on?
Only pictures.
Okay.
Only
Gotcha. I forgot to get a photo of this earlier, but it's good to see here. So you have all different rooms for the apartment that can be swapped around. I like the Paradisa themed room. Very clever there. So this is the one that I created for the apartments. This is using only parts from the pick-a-brick wall. I was tempted to use one more just for stability out of the lampshade, but I said no, I gotta make it authentic. It's all 100% from the pick-a-brick wall. Although, not all of them are currently on the pick-a-brick wall. This was several months ago, so it's probably a little dated, but I actually built it in store and then took it apart and then fit it into, I think, 1.5 cups of, like 1.5 large cups. Then we bring our way over to the minifig vignettes. There's a lot of them in here. I've only made a few, and I believe I've at least taken photo of them before. I don't remember if I've actually shown them through YouTube before. So out of the ones in here that I created, I have, of course, my stick fig in here. I have the unicorns here. Because I wanted to try something different. I realized that by working the style of the vignettes, like building them, I was like, oh, this is giant heart-shaped piece that fits in the same parameter. Can I try to make like the clouds underneath it to support that? The only problem with that is that it doesn't connect with other ones very well. But I think it still looks really good. I'm trying to get some extra texturing in there. I feel like I made a third one. I'm just trying to remember where it was. I've helped with a couple other people's here and there, but I can't remember what the third one I made was, if that. Oh no, I highlighted that one, the fisherman, yep. But I don't remember what else if I made a third one. Well, I guess now I have to.
It's on your Instagram.
Probably. I just didn't remember if I put it on YouTube. No, I think everybody else made the other ones.
I made 2.
There's only like 1 or 2 of them that I remember helping people with. Like making the Portal one and making the Homer Simpson one, but I didn't make the full thing. So I'll probably have to build some more. It's also been snailed. Now this is cool. I like the variety of colors with it. And this is from one of our T-Falls. But I can still see a lot of character out of this. A lot of great colors, a lot of good shaping. Like, this is a really good dragon build. And the mech's pretty good. It's like a modified version of the salvage mech from Ninjago, if I remember correctly. So it has some extra arms, extra wings. Very cool. Good job. I actually saw the process of making this one, and the only part of it that I made technically was the Rubik's Cube. But it worked out pretty nicely. This one I believe also has a light structure inside of it. But for now, we see it from the outside. There's several different Star Wars displays, again by some of our T-Falls. And this one's also fun in its own merit, as we have Spot the Difference. Let me see how many you can find. I've found a couple of them before, but I don't think I've found everything yet. Just trying to get some time here so you can look for yourself, pause the video if you need to, screenshot if you need to, and then tell me later in the comments down below what differences there are. Alright, now we're moving on. There's a motorized duck display. It actually has like the moving ducks on a chain. And then another mosaic. A very large mosaic that's been on display in Edison, and I think last Philly was also on display too, based on Van Gogh's famous story, Night King. Adding along to that, we also have a mosaic here of the screen. Zooming back a little bit, you can see how it looks there. Very nicely done, especially for the sky, having all that waviness. And very consistent with all the different pieces used. Tiles, plates, some slopes in there, a couple rounded plates. It's got a nice, juicy piece of pizza. I know it's only 9:20. It's only 9:20 in the morning, but and I may not like everything on it, but now my mouth is salivating, so I'm taking what we need. I'm gonna bring our way over to Garden Slug now, towards the back area of the displays. And we had another award-winning piece right here, Best Micro Scale. Which I really love all the waterwork. Something I need to adapt more in using plates underneath tiles to create some sense of depth and foliage underneath. We have a miniature version of tile wood in its own way. It's actually more of just wildwood, like the actual boardwalk. This is within Rob's area, so we have a couple of repeat offenders, but all good ones. As you may have seen in the previous mock walk from Brick Fair, Pennsylvania, just about a month ago, almost at least a couple weeks ago. So a couple of repeat ones in here. And that one seems new to me. Darth Mollusk is good. Very creative. We also have an award here for the best BrickBot modification, which is actually very clever in building BrickBot like that. It's usually one that's just a Philly exclusive as an award, because they have the mascot. And we have the full game of Clue. Top to bottom, all the rooms, all the characters, and all of their weapons. Pardon me. As we go further through, we have Friends Vengers. That's a special light up area. Even got some lighting effects inside of the tower itself. Street lamps.
Absolutely.
And then the Friends Star Wars. Once again, you may remember this from the previous show, and it still looks great here. Even seeing a little bit more of it than I've seen before. I still love that telephone. It's one of my favorite pieces of this. And having the spring for the receiver is very cool too. I don't think I've actually used one that style before. And it's a winner for the best pop culture. Very good theming in here. Even having the feather in the cap. Little modification to Unikitty in space. It's one of our newer MOCs from Andy. The modification of the ship in the bottle, now having a spaceship in a bottle. This is the 90th anniversary, or not the 90th, 60th anniversary of the Brick vignette display. I actually used to own this set, but I unfortunately never got that built. Also a brand new display from Andy with a really nice mosaic of Earth in the background. One moment. Then we take ourselves over to Dario. Chocolate milkshake. It's clever. It's cute. I love it. Just wonderful. Great design. Great, simple. Gets to the point. Once again, bringing back the mosaic and QR code. Very nice. Even have a display here showing how it's made and all the interior details of our next look. The Dark Red Castle. I've been waiting for years. And I also did see this at BrickFest. My brain is working today. BrickFest in Edison, New Jersey, earlier this year. Remarkable structure all the way around. And it is a winner of Best Castle for this show.
Let's take a picture. What is it?
We have an award winner for Best Glow. Can I say Best Underwater? And that's even going with the ones that are underwater. Love that. Love that work. I think this is one of my favorite new ones that I've seen at this show from Nicole. Several sculptures based on Looney Tunes characters. I gotta go back through and get photos for sure of each and every one of these. This is fantastic. Very nice arcade shop. Very decked out floor on it. Very nice.
And then I have another one that's buried in here that'll do bicycle cables that open and close the hands.
Ah, check that out.
And then there's 4 motors for the drive. There's one in the back to make him stand up and sit down.
Right.
And there's another 8 up in his head.
It says 1200.
This is another award winner for this show.
Oh, look at the full screen.
It's also very interactive. It has a couple of different lights at work,
What's that?
different sounds. You may have seen a little bit of this at Brick Fair, Pennsylvania.
My movie way before you were born. What's this thing carrying?
Excellent train layout.
I like that train. It's like carrying the helicopter and the digger.
I couldn't remember.
That looks amazing.
I think that's what that stuff Yeah. not the original.
You can see it there. I'm just working on the angle.
I played that game before. Yeah, I played the boxes. I played that. But enough to put this in.
Very cool, man. Congrats on your award.
Did you make
There we go.
that as well? Like the
Yeah.
what, all of them in like big size? Yeah. I was gonna plan on doing a chance, but I forgot that it existed. They did a huge Bowser set, which is probably like hundreds of dollars. I want to try and save up my money to get that. That would go perfectly with all this. Okay. Cool. That's amazing.
Yes, thank you.
Enjoy BrickFest.
I'm glad this one won an award because I saw this at BrickFair PA and I really loved how you made the platforms moving.
Yeah, I was scared. Like, I saw everybody coming in and I thought it would be like a rush. I mean, I'm still surprised on how many people came in, but I looked down the aisle during BrickFair and I did not dare go down there. It was like a school of fish kept swirling around. A lot of people kept noticing Sonic, so I was about to start moving him around everywhere. And then not many people noticed Sonic, so...
Yeah, it's a good spot for him now. Good job. All right, which way do I go now? We're gonna go over to this side, and then we'll work our way back towards the front. Starting things off on Greg's side, we have another historic Lego display. This is cool on its own. I've never seen a box like that. 3 worlds. 60-piece Lego jumbo building blocks. These are these size of Lego bricks. They're not compatible with any other systems. They're kind of in its own league. I feel like I should do a more proper video about it, honestly. I already did one for Modulux, might as well. I actually do have a whole bunch of them at home. I've picked them up, surprisingly, with Duplo lots in Facebook Marketplace a couple of years ago. And I was like, oh, there's a whole bunch of these in here. That's great. Then I have a look across the 60s and 70s of Lego building before minifigs. You might remember the other day when I was doing setup and I had a little walkthrough here. Greg was mentioning that he has, you know, maybe 1 or 2 more that he's really looking for. We'll get to that. One of them that is built here in just a moment. The original town plan is here. Back when Lego trees were actually just a little stationary, one-piece and hand-painted accessory. There was actually a time where Lego created a church model. This is 1957 to 58. I'm not sure of the significance of the yearing, the 1762 AD. That might require some more research. I do have that idea book. Maybe not in the best shape, but I do have it. And several pieces from this area I still have. Even some waffle plates like those. Maybe not the curved one, but that's really cool to see still. But several different cars I have from here. I love those garages. Very simply put, the garages they had back then were used with these and a couple other sets. They weren't even brick built. They were die cast. They were kind of like today's Matchbox and Hot Wheels. But the garage doors had a very special feature where it has a flexible piece of plastic in front of it, kind of like the pressure plate to Minecraft. And simply put, you push down on it in order to open it up. It could open up, you know, on top of it or 2 doors spreading outward. And then closing it back up, it just locks itself in place. It's also incorporated in some other buildings, like this house with garage. For 1970, we have the first Lego castle, Weetabix. Weetabix being a cereal, if I remember correctly. It was either a cereal or an oatmeal or something to that effect. It was a promotional item, which included instructions and pieces to build up a castle. So they're very authentic with the colors at that time. Because back then, that would have been how they would build a kid-friendly castle structure. Even like amusement parks and things would have color schemes like that. Morning. This is the set we were talking about earlier. It's a very rare 50 by 50 base plate with a very unique road design to it. 367 mini airport vehicle. I'll keep looking. I haven't found him yet. I'm just highlighting it since before I only saw the base plate, didn't see anything built on it.
Right.
I still have to find one of these kinds of trees though. With all the
Actually, there's no one, the granulated bush.
right.
It's got the rounded base on it.
But yeah, I'd love to have at least one of any of those styles of trees, just for the granulate itself.
A few of the granulated trees, but that's the only bush I like. When you have this much vintage stuff, you know it must be rare.
That's true. The ferry back here uses two special base plates. They're mostly smooth, has studs on the outside of it to create the framework and keep the rail inside of it, and can lift up to load in and out carts. I really should have brought the wooden ferry. That's like the equivalent to this.
And then you probably notice that the first train Lego actually made is a train.
That's right.
Pretty simple.
66.
Pretty basic. But
But-
it's the first one, so you gotta have it.
Yep. But you can tell it's a train. Covers all the basics. I do have this tipper truck. I don't know if the wheels are right on it, but I know the rest on top I've corrected. Tipper trucks and loader, very cool. And as I mentioned earlier, we do have the Bricks Our Beloved tipper truck. An army is forming over here. Like, this is clever on its own. Even in limitations, it was still able to make some shaping of the front of the vehicle. I like that by 1973 they called it a vintage car. I do have the rescue helicopter. I don't remember if it's this version or another one, but a very similar construction. One of the earliest space sets, the rocket base. It featured some transparent clear pieces and plates.
For the original Lego trains, which is like a blue one over there,
Right.
the motors that pulled them were not really that strong, so they needed that groove to give them just enough kick.
Yeah, or like traction too.
And then we have the winner for best train. The
That's
Roundhouse.
awesome. Thanks.
Of course, the real place still exists, Como, Colorado. Of course, the best feature, just like the real one in Como, you have to get two people, one on each side, and turn the turntable. You can line up in any of the stalls. We'll just line it there. As long as the track's good, and push right through. Can't wait to actually figure out how to make it motorized. It's gonna cost an arm and a leg. Get it?
You mean for the trains or for the turntable?
Trains. Turntable's gonna stay manual.
Okay.
Already planning next year. We're working on it. Big expansion in that direction. And more moving things. We like
Tell
motion
me that's
here.
a joke.
No.
Oh boy.
No, it's
Well,
not.
good luck.
I'm in pain, chat. Anyone in chat say anything? Uh-oh.
That was a while ago.
I know.
Like,
Whoever's in chat,
about
just
half an hour
comment
ago, I
something.
already responded about it, but yeah.
Well, that one guy who's watching, maybe two, you should say something like right now. Anything.
I'm gonna say some words.
Yes.
That's what I said.
But there's more to this story, you know? Let's just take this one thing.
But yeah, you could do some zoom in or anything
Admire-
else you want to share about it.
The beautiful caboose. Of course, based on the real place, there's a photo from 1881. There's a more recent photo. There's 2 weeks ago. And that guy there,
Very recent.
that's his father. This is the son. And me and him, we built all this.
Wow.
Of course, I built the cars. And all the
I really
nice
do like the
inside
woodwork
detail.
on the outside of the caboose, having all the tiles.
My favorite detail is all the brake rigging. Accurately modeled. Because why not? It rolls good.
See, I keep thinking that there's not a lot, that there's a limit to where you can do with minifig scale, but you guys are really defying it here. 'Cause
Oh,
I would
very
not
much.
have thought about that or being able to incorporate that into it.
And of course, the free brick thick walls, double hung windows, all to do it right. Some references that only 3 people will understand are going on in here. Especially the open drawer. I don't know if you saw that, but the chat will see it.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, you might need to come on this side.
A little bit of it,
Yeah. Kind of obscured by the wall. And if you're wondering, the rest of it is just so empty. Oh,
yeah, it does a weird thing where if it looks too far, it'll...
it doesn't like
I don't know
turning.
if it continues recording at that point, though.
Oh, it's still recording.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's Como.
Very nice. Thank you for showing the inside of it as well.
Yeah. You got it. Again, just wait. Next year, I'm thinking operating coal trestle, an engine pushing a car up. Maybe something drifting through the yard. Make it feel like it's alive. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
minifigs make things feel alive, but motion changes everything.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, now it's on camera. It's recorded, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
hold you to it.
Be prepared to subvert your expectations.
Because I remembered when Greg was talking to me about the construction of this and trying to get like the right angle in order to make all these, you know, facing around each other. And I had a lot of trouble figuring it out, but somehow you guys managed it. The closest I could think of was something like the Millennium Falcon using those like plate pieces, but I did not think of it this big either.
Yeah, you can see a lot of techniques that Lego does do, but usually they don't do as close as a gap as we're doing.
Right.
You'd have a little bit more space. Here we're actually trying to really close the gaps, but there's still a few that you can see scattered about. Of course, the first rail car I built outside of the engine, that just sitting inside the building, it's missing some parts on the one end that make it incomplete.
Right.
So it's better to just hide.
Yeah, that's okay.
Much like that tender, that there's no engine. It's just a tender. On
Okay.
this side, it doesn't even have the full lettering.
Oh, okay.
You can actually see. Here you go, chat. That's how I built my trucks.
There's a lot of neat wheels. Little
Use of the mini
nice
wheels.
Yeah. Again, would not have thought of that, even though I know that they existed,
Well,
using different things.
this body is 7 wide, but it also goes into 6 wide as well. So it combines both. Use one of those pieces to actually
Oh, I
get the
see, yeah.
sizing. And of course, the truck's using these things that make it look like it has brake shoes.
That's cool.
Yeah, a lot of combining techniques all together. It's not building is a dream.
It really is.
Let's see if I can get it on without. Oh, there we go.
Alrighty, I'll be around. I'll head back my way to set up the train. Yeah, I guess I have a table or something, huh? Alright, this is going to be it for part 1. We'll continue part 2 sometime later. Also, I might be running out of battery.